Okay, so for making a skirt without a pattern, just a very basic skirt, the first thing you'll need is your waist measurement. So you take that number and you multiply it by 2, and for me that was 52, and then you take 52, or whatever number you get, and divide it by 4, and that equals 13. So we're going to be using this, which I'll show you in a few minutes, and you can also measure how long you want the skirt, starting at your waistline and then just measuring down the length to where you want it to stop. Yeah, I recommend adding 2 inches to whatever that is. So pretend I wanted my skirt to be 15 inches long. I would add 2 inches to that, which is 17. And the reason for that is we're going to have to hem the skirts, and I'm using the top of the skirt to make the waistband with an elastic, so that will also shorten the length of the skirt. So you could even add more than 2 inches just to be safe, because you can always make your skirt shorter, but once it's cut you can't make it any longer. So I recommend definitely being generous with how long you make the skirt. Alright, so I have my fabric folded in half lengthwise. I have the folded edge on this side, the raw edge on this side, and so what you would do is, starting from the folded edge, measure out whatever your final measurement was. For me that was 13 inches, just here, and then so lining it up at 13 inches you would cut all the way down this way. And so I did this with both my front and the back of my skirt. Okay, so I have my front skirt here, and what we're going to do is take the back skirt and pin it all along the side seams, right sides facing, and then just stitch it together. So you have the back skirt here, back skirt piece, the front piece here, they're exactly the same. And I'm just going to pin them together. All along this edge. So I have the top of my skirt here where the gathers are, and I'm just pinning both side seams. So I finished my side seams. I stitched them, serged them. If you don't have a serger, you can use pinking shears or a zigzag stitch or something like that. And I also finished the top edge of my skirt, and I cut off the ends of the fabric that were there. And so yeah, I finished the edge, folded it in towards the wrong side by 1 inch, and pinned it all the way around. The reason I did 1 inch is because the elastic I'm using will definitely fit, because we're making a tube for the elastic to go into. So just make sure you double check and use a width that will fit your elastic. And so what we're going to do is just stitch all the way around, but we need to leave about 1 inch opening to be able to slide the elastic in. So just make sure you do that. Stitch all the way around. If you need to, maybe put pins going in the other direction, just to remind you this is where you need to stop, so that you don't have to go back and take stitches out, so that you can put the elastic in. So I'm just stitching along where I have my serging stitches. You want to do pretty close to the edge, because obviously if you stitch like here, your elastic won't fit. So just make sure you stitch pretty close to the edge all the way around. So I've stitched close to the edge, like where my serging was. And then I cut my elastic to my original waist measurement minus 1 inch. So say your waist is 30 inches, you would cut it at 29 inches. I'm just going to use the safety pin to feed it through that opening we left open. Just pull it through and go all the way around.
just place, I'm going to overlap the elastic. I definitely do the zigzag stitch because it's elastic, so go ahead and do that. I just stitch pretty close to the edge, and I don't overlap a lot because I already took an inch off my waist measurement. So I've stitched my elastic. I'm just going to pull on the fabric to distribute the gathers. And then you just need to sew this closed. And the last thing is your hem, and you're done. It's very fast and easy.